In the previous video, we have discussed the grid chamber and its design. We have also discussed and solved the numerical based on the design of grid chamber. Now in this video, we will be discussing the sedimentation. These are the contents that will be covered in this particular video. Introduction to primary sedimentation in the wastewater, principle of sedimentation, factor affecting the sedimentation and the types of settling. Introduction to primary sedimentation in wastewater treatment. As we know, the sedimentation comes under the primary treatment where the suspended particles get removed from the wastewater. So there are different mechanisms by which the suspended particles are removed in the sedimentation process or in the sedimentation operation. After removal of larger floating and suspended material through the screening and the heavier grit material in the grit chamber, the wastewater is typically directed to the primary clarifier, which is called as a sedimentation tank, for the removal of suspended organic as well as the finer inorganic solids. Sedimentation is essentially a phase separation operation for separating liquid and solids. A sedimentation tank is a structure in which wastewater is filled and stored for some time to remove the suspended particle present in the water. So, by this we understand that in the sedimentation tank or the sedimentation basin stores the wastewater for some period or some time. Due to the storing, the suspended particles start settling at the bottom. These particles may be settled at the bottom of the tank and are removed by using scraper. General consideration that should be taken in the in the sedimentation tank are: wastewater treatment is usually characterized as consisting of 4 sequential processes: preliminary, primary, secondary and tertiary, sometimes called the advanced treatment. This course discusses the primary treatment. The purpose of the primary treatment is to remove the solid which are not removed during the preliminary treatment. Processes which can be used to provide the primary treatment includes the following: primary sedimentation tank, also called as a clarification, microscreens and the EMOF tank. In the most facilities, primary treatment is used as a preliminary step ahead of the biological treatment. So sometimes the preliminary treatment or the operations are eliminated and directly the influent is entering into the primary treatment units. The objective of the primary sedimentation is the removal of setiable organic solids and the floating organic material called as a scum in order to reduce the suspended solid load for downstream treatment processes. So it is very much essential that whatever setiable organic solids and floating organic material in the form of scum should be removed before the secondary treatments, because it will unnecessarily increases the load on the treatment unit. Scum is usually disposed separately or in the combination with the sludge or the biosolids in the wastewater treatment plant. Primary sedimentation is a form of centralized or semi-centralized wastewater treatment and is an integral part of conventional wastewater treatment. So, from this we understand that the sedimentation or the sedimentation is a very much essential treatment process in any type of wastewater treatment plant. It is an integral part of conventional wastewater treatment. The settled primary sludge solid, which are highly petriciable, must be continuously removed from the bottom of the sedimentation tank and stabilized, usually by anaerobic digestion. Primary sludge typically contains 2 to 5% total solid with 60 to 80% of organic content. So the whatever primary sludge get accumulated in the sedimentation tank contains 2 to 5% of total solid with 60 to 80% of organic matter. So very high organic contents are there in the sludge which is settled in the sedimentation tank, where it will start stabilizing. Principle behind the sedimentation. The very fundamental principle underlying the process of sedimentation is that the organic matter present in the sewage is having specific gravity greater than the water. In the still sewage, these particles will therefore tend to settle down by the gravity, whereas in flowing sewage they kept in suspension because of the turbulence. Hence, as soon as the turbulence is retarded by offering the storage to the sewage or reducing the flow velocity, the impurities tends to settle at the bottom of the tank. This principle is called as a sedimentation. There are different factors which are affecting and it should be considered while deciding the sedimentation tank. First is shape, size, density and nature of particle. Viscosity, density and temperature of water or wastewater. Surface overflow rate, velocity of flow, inlet and outlet arrangement, detention period, effective depth of the settling zone and all. There are different types of settling by which the suspended particle will settle in the sedimentation tank. The settling is mainly classified into 4 types. The first type is discrete particle settling. Particle settles individually without interaction with the neighboring particle. So in this discrete settling, the particles are individually, independently, without interaction and without attaching to each other, they get settled at the bottom. Second type, that is the flocculant particle. Flocculation causes the particle to increase in the mass and settle as a faster rate. So in this type of settling, the flock formation is observed, and as the flock forms due to the interaction and mutual attraction between the particle, the mass increases or there will be increase in the mass, and such increased mass settles very at faster rate and the settling is occurred. Third type, hindered or zone settling. The mass of the particle tends to settle as a unit with individual particle remained in fixed position with respect to each other. So here in this type of settling, the particle will start or will get fixed, attached to each other, and as they get attached, they become heavier and will start settling. Whereas the fourth type is compression settling. The concentration of particle is so high that sedimentation can only occur through the compaction of the structure. So in the figure we can observe that as the depth along the y-axis and the time along the x-axis. Here if you see in the cylinder, if you place and if you pour the wastewater, at very top portion the clear water region is there. After that the discrete settling occur. As we have discussed, the particles are settles individually. They are very wide apart from each other. Immediately below the discrete settling, the flocculant settling can be observed, where we can observe and we can notice that the particles are very close to each other, and if some chemicals are added, the flocculation, flock formation will be taken and the particle will start settling. Immediately below the zones flocculant settling, you can observe the zone settling. Here the particles are very much close to each other. We can say that they are attached to each other, and because of their attachment and adherence to each other, the particles will start settling. And at last the compression settling, that is a fourth type. So whenever we are pouring the wastewater containing the huge amount of solids, such type of picture we can observe in any type of cylinder, where at the bottom the very dense sludge or the solid formation is there, whereas at the top the particles are in the suspension. So at the top the particles settling is a discrete settling, and at the bottom it is under the compression settling. In this video we have discussed about the sedimentation, its principle, and the different types of settling that is caused in the by which the settling is carried out in the sedimentation tank. In the next video we will be discussing the design parameters required for the sedimentation tank. Thank you for watching.